Hi, how are you? I am Profesora Arreguin. I teach Spanish at Mercy High School. This is in Middletown, Connecticut. I am from Mexico City and I am so happy because I teach Spanish here. And my goal, like Spanish teacher, is not just teaching Spanish, it's teaching values, it's teaching about family, about diversity, about cultural diversity. And this year, my goal was creating this project that is going on through the full course, the full year. And what is going on? Well, we started with some culture about Mexico because I am from Mexico. And I share with them a lot of things, food and colors. And well, the colorful is my country, obviously. And we watch Coco. Coco is a very important movie for them. And we were watching Coco in Spanish. We were talking about Coco, we were talking about family, members in the family, and then we said ofrenda del Día de los Muertos. We did an altar for the Day of the Dead, and they include every member in their families that they wanted to include. Was an amazing activity. Everyone in the classroom was participating. Everyone in every classroom I teach 5 classes, and everyone was participating. And with Spanish 2 Advanced that I teach, I have 2 classes of Spanish 2 Advanced. I asked for them to participate in this project. This project is about their families. And I told them, be Miguel. Miguel is the narrator in Coco. And he is telling us about his family, right? And then my students, they needed to talk with their abuelos, sus abuelos, their grandmother, the grandfather, the tatarabuelos, right? Their great-grandmother, great-grandfather, and everyone in the family that they wanted to talk to know about their story, the family story, traditions, food, what they do, whatever they want to say. And they needed to create a poster with every element in their family about members, about description, about the story, everything they wanted to say. They can include pictures, they can include illustrations, they can include whatever they need. And after that, they needed to tell the story in the classroom for everyone and share this story. Now, the next step, this is, remember, for the full course year, the next step is that we are starting with past tense. And then with the imperfect tense that we have in Spanish, 2 kinds of past tense that we have in Spanish, and then they need to rewrite the project in a little book for about April or May, and then they need to do everything again, but now with the conscience that we can do this in Spanish using past tense. That is the point. I really would like to show to you this. Can you see how amazing is this title? Nosotros amor, we love. That is an amazing title one of my students chose. I love it. And other one is, she's from, well, not she, but her family is from Portugal, and she did an amazing job. Why? Because we have cultural diversity in the school, but we have values in this school. Catholic school has values, and we are here. Thank you so much. This is my project. Be Miguel. Let me show you the project. Come in.
Nosotros tenemos un Super Bowl fiesta con mucha comida every año.
Hi, my name is Alex and this is my Spanish project. So the first thing I want to talk about is my great-grandmother. I learned a lot of new things about her and how she brought our family together, and it was nice to know about our generations. The second thing I learned about was my mom and how she came from Jamaica into college and learned how to become a real estate agent, and it was really cool, and an engineer. And then the last thing I loved was seeing old pictures of myself with my family as a baby, and it was just really nice to see.
I'm Layla, and this is my Spanish project. One thing I learned is that I'm more English and European than I thought, and I thought I would be more German. Another thing I learned is that I have more traditions and customs than I thought. And for Spanish, I learned a lot on pronunciation, and I learned how to pronounce a lot of words in Spanish.